we don't care enough about LGBTQ rights. And it tripped me out because I don't really think about this kind of shit. Maybe it's normal for you, but what LGBTQ rights is just like having like anonymous, unprotected, like, you know, just like pointless, you know, probably sometimes in some cases illegal, you know, just like random, like fucking disgusting sex acts with like other degenerates.
You are listening to a V-Dog Salt Dome exclusive. You are listening to a V-Dog Salt Dome exclusive. You are listening to a V-Dog Salt Dome exclusive. You are listening to a V-Dog Salt Dome exclusive. Yeah. No, sorry, Joe Biden. I'm an anti-Semite. We're the racist podcast. No, sorry, Joe Biden. I'm an anti-Semite. Listen to the V-Dog Salt Dome podcast.
I was listening to NPR, and they were doing like their own broadcast about, you know, gay people. The funny thing is, and what makes it seem like weird to me, is that they never mentioned that they were gay people, you know. They never said anything about how they were gay people. Can you imagine just that? Okay, let me try to... Maybe... I was gonna say, like, they are so disconnected from reality. In, like, their world, their fucking article, their interview. Okay, let me try to get my point across. He was talking about how, like, the lesions on his asshole, like, felt like broken glass when he shit and stuff like that, like horrible, terrible things that you wouldn't bring up in casual conversation. But they're just like talking about this stuff. They're just like talking to gay people who are talking about how the sores on their arms, like at the clinic, they weren't like severe enough for them to like, you know, receive like some sort of like this is all shit that like you're paying taxes for, right? Like 40% of your tax dollars go to shit like this. And NPR is just like talking to these people about how their asshole hurts like broken glass when they're shitting, and how the sores on their arms are healing, but not as well as the ones on their asshole. And they're no, dude, and it sucks to say that. Maybe that's why I couldn't explain, because this is literally what they said on the radio, and I was listening to this today. And they were talking about it like it was just a normal, unavoidable thing. But like, what it is it's a consequence for, you know, this horrible, disgusting act that they're doing. You know? And they shut down all this is an obvious point, you know, you might have read this one, about how they shut down all the churches and schools and shit, but as soon as, like, there's, like, a gay disease that is transmitted from having gay sex, there's nothing they can do. But it's crazy hearing the NPR's take on it. And they're just, like, interviewing these people at some clinic. Just like, yeah, when I shit, it feels like broken glass coming out of my asshole, but the sores on my face weren't as severe, so I couldn't get, you know, it's like, don't you have, like, a job to be at, or what do you do for work? Like, just, like, walking around? It's like, first of all, how did you get monkeypox? Okay? Like, gross, you know? No, it's like I'm getting off of work, listening to NPR, and they're just like interviewing these people who are just walking around talking about the sores that they got from, but they don't even mention that. And then at the end of the article, they're talking about, like, you know, they think that, like, we would get more financial help if it wasn't an LGBTQ issue, and it's like, yeah, man, because what you're doing is not productive. Having sex with men and then walking around complaining about how your asshole hurts and how you can't get free health care, that's not like on the first thing I'm concerned about. These people, they're like, for all I care. And then you realize this is like a societal thing, right? Like the entire like city of, San Francisco, or the whole state of California needs to be just like destroyed. I think all these people should be euthanized. The monkeypox vaccine should, just off the cuff, I'm thinking the monkeypox vaccine should be like a bullet in their head or something. Well, not necessarily, not all of them, but listen, how did they get the disease? And then, like, how are they walking around complaining about how there's no cure? It's like, don't they have a job to be at? Shouldn't they be at work or something? Like, you guys listen, I heard this story on the radio, but I'm not the demographic for NPR. Like, right after that, well, first of all, right after that, they played a article about polygamy in North Africa, and I can get into that in a second because that was also hilarious. But there was like the, NPR public fucking radios, supported by, the fucking financial contributions of listeners, blah, blah, blah. They're talking about like, have you bought too many classic cars? Free up space? One of the things they said was like, you can free up space in your garage. Like, they're gonna donate your fucking cars to, fund this like weird, like homo, globo homo propaganda shit. I don't know, man. You have like cars you want to donate. You ask them for money. It's like any other like sort of like. If I was asking you for money on here, it wouldn't work. That's retarded. I'd probably start asking for cars or something. But I don't want your money. That's the problem. Because I'll do this for free. Listen, so my problem was just how casually he was talking about his symptoms of his monkeypox. And then the point of the article was that we don't care enough about LGBTQ rights, and it tripped me out because I don't really think about this kind of shit. Maybe it's normal for you, but what LGBTQ rights is just like having like anonymous, unprotected, like, just like pointless, probably sometimes in some cases illegal, just like random, like fucking disgusting sex acts with like other degenerates. And the fact that they can't do anything to stop that, I think, is insane. And the way that they just talk about it so casually, you know what I mean? And then the next article, they were talking about polygamy in Africa, and they said, do you have any, some guy, and then the woman interviewing him said, how many wives do you have? He said, I don't only have one wife. Given the circumstances, he said he'd be open to. He said something along the lines of like, damn. I was trying to do an African accent